Becoming a notary public in Texas is a relatively simple process with a modest entry cost and potential opportunities in fields such as real estate, finance, legal support, and online notary services. The total number of notaries in Texas has been increasing in recent years, reflecting the state's growing population and business ecosystem. Cost of becoming a notary in Texas include a 4-year surety bond, state fees, supplies, and training. The process for becoming a notary in Texas was updated, and starting in 2026, applicants must complete a state-approved education course before receiving a commission in accordance with Senate Bill 693. In this video, we'll walk through the current Texas notary process from start to finish so you know what to expect at every step. Before we get started, please remember that this video is for general educational purposes only. Don't rely on this or any other YouTube video without doing your own research and using your own judgment. Always confirm the latest requirements with official sources before taking action, especially before spending any money. And on that note, when we type "how to become a notary in Texas" into the search engines, in this case Yahoo, let's take a look at what pops up. As you can see, the first few non-sponsored results all sound very official. notaryofamerica.com, notaries.com, nationalnotary.org. Now, when we open these up, we can see the prices are all different. We see $88 with an asterisk here, $99 here, and this offering at nearly $300. I built an AI assistant specifically trained on the official Texas SOS resources, complete with a checklist, official source links, and practice test questions. When we ask it, what is the official filing fee for becoming a notary in Texas, it says $21. Also noted is our new educational requirement for 2026 of $20. There is also a requirement to obtain a surety bond. As you can see, this website is currently selling this bond for $50 for a 4-year term, which would be about $1 per month over the 48 months. So if you were to file yourself, you would be spending a minimum of $91 so far based on the information we see here. However, there are a few additional required costs, including your stamp and other supplies. To find a bond, you can just go to Google and type in Texas Notary 4-year bond, and there will be several to choose from. The key takeaway from this intro is that when you use the search engines, the sites that tend to surface at the top are not necessarily required. Although they do look very official, they don't control your ability to apply, as you can still apply directly through the Texas Secretary of State and their online portal. To be clear, many of those websites do offer useful extras, such as the required bond, a notary stamp, or other supplies, so compare their offerings carefully against the cost of filing yourself if you decide to go that route, and let me know in the comments if there's a specific service you'd like me to review. I created NotaryPath to organize this process into a personalized, step-by-step path. It includes an AI assistant that uses official Texas Secretary of State guidance, along with a written guide and an interactive online checklist to help you plan and track your progress. When questions come up, you can ask the assistant to help point you toward the relevant official information and cut through the noise from unnecessary services, packages, and courses. And you can use it to research those services, packages, and courses if you're thinking of using one. Use the link in the description to start your personalized notary path today. The main question I wanted to answer with this video is, how do I become a notary in Texas? Based on the search data and discussions I've read, people are usually trying to accomplish something bigger. Prior to making this video, I researched becoming a notary to see if it could be a viable option for a home-based business. Maybe your business deals with real estate, insurance, or taxes, or maybe your employer asks you to become commissioned. Whatever brought you here, I made this video to cut through the noise and let you know that this process is so easy, it almost doesn't even need its own video, as the official guidance on the Texas Secretary of State website is in and of itself the basic step-by-step process. I created NotaryPath to support this process, provide a simple and effective checklist, and be helpful if you have specific questions or want to brainstorm related topics, such as how to find clients, for example. One common question people often ask is, can I become an online notary? If your ultimate goal is to become an online notary in Texas, you'll still need to obtain a traditional notary commission first. The good news is, like we've been discussing, this is not an overly complicated process, just one that has become muddied with all the noise. One thing I want to mention is that if your goal is to build a full-time business doing only general notary work, I think it's important to set realistic expectations. Personally, after reviewing the market and requirements in my area, I don't see a path to a full-time income from notary work alone. That said, there are plenty of successful mobile notaries, loan signing agents, and professionals who use notary commission as part of a larger business, and I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think someone can build, or have you already built, a full-time business doing only notary work? Let me know in the comments. For this video, I've broken down the process into 8 easy steps. Step 1. Make sure you're eligible. The first step is simply making sure you meet the state's requirements. Remember, I'm not a lawyer, and you should always verify YouTube information. Having said that, according to the Secretary of State, in order to qualify, you'll need to be at least 18 years old, be a legal resident of Texas, have no disqualifying criminal convictions, be able to perform the duties required of a Texas notary, and complete the required education. If you meet those criteria, you're likely ready for step 2. A quick word about the educational requirement here. Beginning this year, anyone submitting a new Texas notary application must first complete the education course provided by the Texas Secretary of State. This is not a scheduled class or live webinar. It's an online self-paced course completed through the Secretary of State Notary Portal. The applicant watches 4 required videos and then completes a timed online assessment covering the practical laws and responsibilities of a Texas notary. Expect questions about traditional notary duties, identifying the signer, requiring personal appearance, completing certificates, maintaining the record book, using the notary seal, permitted fees, and activities a Texas notary is prohibited from performing. This course must be completed within 90 days of payment, and here is something very important: it may only be attempted 3 times during any 3-month period. Successful completion remains valid for 1 year while you submit your notary application. I've included an unofficial Texas notary practice quiz in NotaryPath to help you feel more confident before completing the state-required education and assessment. Choose from a quick quiz, a longer practice test, or focus on specific topics such as identification, acknowledgments, record books, seal requirements, and more. NotaryPath explains each answer in plain English, tracks your score, and helps identify the areas you may want to review again so you can study more efficiently instead of guessing what you still need to learn. The questions are based on publicly available Texas statutes and Secretary of State materials, but they're not official state exam questions and do not replace the required course. See what you know, find the gaps, and prepare with more confidence. When you're ready to test what you know, open NotaryPath and start your Texas Notary Practice Quiz today. Texas requires every notary to obtain a 4-year, $10,000 surety bond. This bond protects the public if a notary makes an error that causes financial harm. Step 2. Prepare to purchase your required notary bond. As a side note here, many of the companies referenced at the beginning of this video sell packages that also include your supplies, such as your seal and record book, and some include the bond itself, sometimes bundled. To be clear, I'm not advocating for these services, merely pointing out that they exist, and that for some, an all-in-one solution may actually be less expensive than doing everything separately. If you plan on using the NotaryPath assistant I linked in the description, you can ask it to let you know what their services provide. You can also search Google for Texas Notary Bond, and you will find that there are many companies that are out there that provide these bonds. One thing we can do is we can ask the notary assistant to compare those websites. For example, we can go back to Yahoo. We can get the link for this one and this one. We can give them to the assistant and ask it to please compare these 2 websites. Okay, and as we can see, the assistant is compiling that for us, and we'll be able to click the provided links to learn more. And this is just an example of how you can use the assistant to brainstorm and ask it related questions you may have about the process. For step 3, we'll go back to the NotaryPath source deck, click link 1, Notary Public Overview, and find the link right here for the Texas Secretary of State Notary Portal, which we can see is where we submit or renew our notary application. As a reminder, the links to these official sources can also be found at the link in the description if you would like to click along. Here you'll provide your personal information, create your portal account, and complete your application by answering bond-related, eligibility, and other questions. The process is not intimidating, but do be sure to read everything carefully before submitting it. Step 4, submit your application and fee. Once everything is complete, you'll submit your application along with the required filing fee to the Texas Secretary of State. Processing times can vary, so don't be surprised if it takes a little longer than it seems like it should before you receive your commission. Step 5, wait to receive your commission. Once approved, you'll receive your official notary commission and be legally commissioned as a Texas Notary Public. You'll need to sign it under oath in front of another notary or authorized official. And before performing your first notarization, you'll still need the proper supplies. Step 6, obtain your notary seal. Texas law requires an official notary seal. This seal identifies you as the commissioned notary and is used on documents you notarize. These are available from many retailers. Just make sure the seal includes your commission name, commission expiration date, notary ID number, the required Texas wording and 5-pointed star, and meets the state size and legibility requirements. Remember to triple check everything you hear in this or any YouTube video, as well as all AI output prior to taking any action. Step 7, keep a notary record book. Texas also requires notaries to maintain a record of notarizations. Your journal helps protect both you and the public by documenting the services you've performed. Many experienced notaries recommend keeping thorough records whenever it makes sense, even when a particular notarization may not be legally required to be recorded. Step 8, stepping into the role. Receiving your commission is really just the beginning. A notary's job is to verify identity, administer oaths when required, complete certificates correctly, and help deter fraud. Understanding what you should and should not do is one of the most important aspects of becoming a notary, but the entirety of that is well outside the scope of this video. Needless to say, taking a little extra time to learn the rules now can save you from expensive mistakes later. And with that, the process of applying to become a notary in Texas is now behind us. One additional question that comes up often is the difference between a traditional, mobile, and online notary. A traditional notary meets the signer in person at a fixed location, such as a business, while a mobile notary is still a traditional notary but travels to meet clients at their homes, offices, hospitals, or other locations. An online notary has additional authorization from the Texas Secretary of State and performs the notarization remotely through approved two-way audio-video technology, although the online notary must still be physically located in Texas when the notarization takes place. To become an online notary, you must first hold an active traditional Texas Notary Commission, complete the required online notary education, and apply through the Secretary of State with an electronic seal and qualifying digital certificate. In closing, is becoming a notary in Texas worth all the rigmarole to begin with? The obvious answer is that this depends entirely on your goals. If you're adding a notary commission to an existing business or profession, it can be an excellent credential and an additional source of revenue. If you're hoping to build an entire business around it, you'll probably want to research mobile and online notary services, loan signing work, marketing, and local demand before making that decision. The Notary AI Assistant I've linked in the description can help. In general, many successful notaries combine their commission with other professional services rather than relying on it alone. Hopefully this video gave you a clear overview of the process of becoming a notary in Texas and helped answer some of the questions you had before getting started. If it did, please click the like button and subscribe for upcoming videos designed to help us work through problems easier, faster, and with clearer outcomes. If you'd like to dive deeper into becoming a notary in Texas, I've put together a guided AI assistant, checklist, and ebook product called NotaryPath at the link in the description. Once inside, you can simply click Start My Notary Plan. Rather than replacing the official state resources, it helps organize them into a personalized step-by-step plan tailored to your individual situation. It can answer questions, point you toward the relevant official resources, and help you keep track of where you are in the process. It also includes a portal-based checklist and source deck to help you stay organized. You'll find a link in the description if you'd like to learn more, and as a special thank you for watching, I've added a coupon code to make this product free exclusively for YouTube viewers. My name's Dave, and I make practical, research-driven tools that help navigate processes, requirements, and everyday decisions with more confidence. If you found this video helpful, please leave me a like. And if you'd like more videos that break down complicated information into easy and practical steps, please subscribe to this channel. If you have any questions or comments about becoming a notary in Texas, please leave them below. Thanks for watching, and best of luck on your journey to becoming a Texas notary.